In a world where technology and heroism collide, even the mightiest can fall. This is the story of Animal.cmoves, a border collie of extraordinary intellect and skill, whose abilities were not born, but made. His advanced collar, a marvel of engineering, was the source of his power, but now it was just a dark, silent band around his neck. We see him in his quiet apartment, a place that once buzzed with the energy of his next mission. He struggles with a simple task, opening a high-tech canister that used to yield to his will with a mere thought. The frustration is palpable. He paws at it, nudges it with his nose, but it remains sealed. He lets out a defeated whimper and slumps to the floor, his intelligent eyes clouded with a sense of loss. He wasn't just a dog. He was a detective, a hero, and now he felt like he was nothing. The city's news streams flickered across holographic displays, confirming the grim reality. Nexus Labs, the controversial research facility behind the so-called Animal Enhancement Program, has been permanently shut down following a government directive. The anchor's voice was crisp and final. All projects have been terminated. Its central power core, the Genesis engine, has been deactivated. Images of the sprawling, futuristic lab flashed on the screen, now dark and cordoned off with security tape. For the world, it was the end of a contentious chapter for Animal.cmoves. It was the end of everything he was. The very source of his power, the heart of his existence as a hero, had gone silent. There was no way to fix it, no one to call. The lab was a fortress, now a tomb, and the technology that made him special was lost forever. Watching from a corner of the room was Sonny, a stout, white Staffordshire Terrier with a heart as pure as his coat. He saw the despair in his friend's eyes, the way his usually proud ears drooped. Sonny wasn't like other dogs, a soft, warm light pulls gently from within him, a power he didn't fully understand but knew was part of who he was. Seeing Animal.cmoves, his partner, so broken and powerless, stirred something deep inside him. The light within him flared, a silent promise. He knew with an instinct that transcended logic that he was the only one who could help. While the world saw a deactivated machine, Sonny saw a chance. He nudged his friend's head with his own, a gesture of comfort and determination. He wouldn't let his partner fade away. He had to try. The decision was made. He would get that power back. The journey to Nexus Labs was a descent into a forgotten world. The once gleaming facility was now an industrial skeleton, shrouded in the gloom of the city's underbelly. Sonny moved with a quiet urgency, his paws barely making a sound on the cracked pavement. The path was treacherous, a maze of abandoned access tunnels and shadowy service corridors. Darkness was his constant companion, but it was no match for the light that emanated from him. His paws glowed with a soft, steady luminescence, cutting through the oppressive blackness and illuminating the path ahead. He squeezed through narrow vents and leaped over collapsed walkways, his focus absolute. The air was thick with the smell of ozone and decay, a ghost of the power that once coursed through these walls. Every step brought him closer to the heart of the silent behemoth. As he ventured deeper, the lab's automated defenses began to stir. This place wasn't just abandoned. It was locked down tight. A corridor shimmered to life with a grid of deadly red lasers, crisscrossing in an impenetrable web. A normal intruder would be vaporized, but Sonny wasn't normal. He focused his inner light, projecting a concentrated beam from his paw that refracted the lasers, creating a temporary, shimmering gap just wide enough for him to slip through. Further on, a robotic guard, a sleek, metallic hunter, whirred to life, its optical sensors scanning the hallway. Sonny darted behind a pile of discarded equipment. Then pulsed a blinding flash of light, temporarily overloading the robot's sensors. It staggered, disoriented, giving him the precious seconds he needed to sprint past, his heart pounding in his chest. He was a ghost of light, slipping through the fingers of a technological dragon. Finally, after navigating a labyrinth of security measures, he arrived, the main chamber. It was vast and cathedral-like, the air cold and still. In the center, resting on a massive pedestal, was the Genesis engine, the device that powered Animal.cmoves. That gave him his genius, his edge. It was supposed to be a marvel of light and energy, but now it was just a colossal piece of inert metal and crystal, dark and lifeless. The silence in the room was profound, a testament to the immense power that was now absent. Sonny looked at the dormant core, a mountain of dead technology. It seemed impossible, a fool's errand, but the image of his friend, lost and helpless, flashed in his mind. He took a deep breath, the soft glow around him intensifying. He had come this far. He wouldn't turn back now. Planting his paws firmly on the cold metal floor, Sonny closed his eyes and focused. He called upon every ounce of the light within him, a power born of loyalty and love. A soft hum began to fill the chamber as his glow brightened, casting long, dancing shadows. He directed the energy, pushing it from his body in a steady stream towards the dormant core. The Genesis engine resisted. It was a battle of wills, the pure, organic light of a determined dog against the cold, complex inertia of a dead machine. The light flickered, the hum growing into a high-pitched whine. Sweat beaded on Sonny's brow as he pushed harder, pouring his very essence into the device. For a moment it seemed like nothing was happening. Then a single crystal on the engine flickered with a faint blue light, then another. The energy was flowing, connecting. The machine began to whir, a low thrum that grew in volume as Sonny's light surged into its heart, reigniting the fire within. Miles away, in the quiet apartment, something incredible was happening. Animal.cmoves lay on the floor, asleep and dreaming of his former glory. Suddenly a faint blue spark crackled across his dark fur, then another. He stirred, his eyes snapping open. A swirl of vivid electric blue energy began to envelop him, crackling and hissing like a miniature storm. His fur stood on end, bristling with the raw, untamed power that was flooding back into his system. The energy wasn't just returning. It was surging, a tidal wave of data and power washing over him, recalibrating and reawakening every enhanced fiber of his being. He rose to his paws, a low growl of astonishment trembling in his chest as he watched the arcs of electricity dance around him. The connection was reestablished. The hero was being reborn. The ultimate sign came from the collar around his neck. The dark, inert band of metal suddenly flashed to life, its central emblem glowing with a brilliant, pulsating blue light. Data streamed across its tiny integrated display. Animal.cmoves felt it instantly, the rush of information, the heightened senses, the familiar hum of computational power resonating directly with his mind. His eyes, once clouded with sadness, now regained their sharp, intelligent spark. He could feel the city again, its data streams, its security networks, its secrets. He could think 100 thoughts at once, process 1,000 variables in a second. He wasn't just a dog anymore. He was animal.cmoves, the detective, the protector. He was whole. He lifted his head, his ears perked, a sense of profound gratitude and renewed purpose washing over him. The apartment door slid open. Sonny padded in, his paws no longer glowing, his body language showing deep exhaustion. He had given almost everything he had. He looked up and saw animal.cmoves standing tall, the blue light of his collar illuminating his determined face. There were no words, none were needed. Animal.cmoves walked over and gently nudged his friend, a look of immense gratitude in his sharp eyes. The bond between them, already strong, had been forged anew in the crucible of darkness and light. Sonny, tired but triumphant, leaned against his partner. They stood there for a moment, the restored hero and his savior, a tech-powered border collie and a light-wielding staffy, together again, stronger than ever. The city had its heroes back, ready to face whatever came next. Thank you for joining us on this incredible adventure. If you loved the story of Sonny and animal.cmoves, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing tales. We'll see you in the next one.